fucked up and never did. I had the chance 10 years ago, 15 years ago or something. When he was doing that world tour of Smile sessions and shit, I could have seen him perform Smile live. That would been crazy. Wow. Well, we always have YouTube, guys. Maybe we won't always have YouTube, but we'll always have recorded media. Copium. Sag, man. Another one, Tom Petty. Never got to see him live, but would love to see that. Prince. Would love to see that shit. Grateful Dead. I would love to see Grateful Dead so much that I fucking messaged my mom the other day, and I asked if I asked you when I was like 8 years old, because like Jerry died in like 1995, and that was the end of Grateful Dead. So it had to have been like 94, 93, or something like that. I would have been like 8 years old or some shit. 7. I was like, if 7 or 8 year old me asked to go to a Grateful Dead concert, would you have taken me? And she just said that like, well, it wouldn't have been my choice of place to go. The only thing I wouldn't have loved is like all the drug use around and stuff like that around a kid. Well, I probably would have taken it. That's sweet. Cool mom. Yeah, it's crazy finding out at like 39 that your mom is a lot cooler than you thought as a kid. But, okay, so I didn't know who the Grateful Dead was when I was 8 years old. Oh shit, fuck that up, huh? Shabba, what's up? So yeah, man, oh man. For those of you just joining, I've created a couple new features. I've created a few new features over on Kick and Twitch. The first one is that the tip goal at the bottom left of the screen is completely unified across both platforms. Now, I spent a lot of time looking to see if that was something that was possible or something that existed that I could set up, but there was no such information online. And in fact, Stream Elements doesn't even like export. They don't even like give out that info. Like you can't pull your current tip goal data from Stream Elements. It's just there, and you can't do anything with it. So I had to come up with a new way. And I did. So normally, if you have a tip goal and you're multi-streaming, and you want to have a tip goal for both Twitch and Kick and YouTube, whatever, you have to just have separate goal amounts on the page. And in fact, a lot of streamers just have that, just 2 goal amounts. They'll have a Twitch goal, a Kick goal, and a YouTube goal. And the reason for that is basically because it's just because Stream Elements forces you to have separate tipping pages for different platforms. It's a taxing thing. So it's kind of out of their hands. I think if they could unify it legally, they would. But I think it just runs into some weird shit for them, and they keep it separate. And that's fine. But that means we had to come up with a new way. And so I sat there and did some R&D for about 48 hours and came up with a solution. So now, if you hit !tip on either platform, on Kick or on Twitch, you're going to get a different tip link. Twitch has one, Kick has one, but they both behave the same. They have the same sound alerts, and they both contribute to the tip goal on the bottom left of my screen. Over there. It's a new feature. I don't know if anyone else has this on Kick or Twitch. Multi-streaming is kind of new, and it's not new, but like, it's starting to become in vogue. It's starting to become the norm for streamers, and this is one of those gripes that a lot of people have as streamers doing multiple platforms at the same time. Is like you end up being forced to have too much crap on your overlay in order to make up for everything that's going on, But I'm like, we gotta, you see that? Like, now if you're looking on Twitch and Kick, when someone drops the tip command, it actually drops that link, that command on both platforms. So you can see here, it dropped it on Twitch and it dropped it on Kick. We've got 2 different links, Redempto/tip, that's the Twitch one, and Redempto F8877/tip is the Kick one. It's a very dumb naming convention. I wish they would just use subdomains. Just be like, for example, like kick.streamelements.com/tip or twitch.streamelements.com/tip would be fantastic. That would be lovely. You know what? I might alias these things. I can alias these things to be like kick.redempto.com/tip and twitch.redempto.com/tip. I can do that. I might ask Nate Dogg to toss those together for me. That would be sweet. Oh yeah. And another feature is that I made a new channel point redeem on Kick that allows Kick users to run Twitch ads. Get wrecked. That's new. That's a new feature for you to enjoy. Oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. Just walked in and heard that. Oh yeah, hey, welcome in, Gene. Are these a little too cheap? Nah, man. It's a little too cheap on purpose. It's a little too cheap on purpose. I think, dude, only the regulars are gonna have enough points to run that regularly. It takes a while to do that. The only people that are gonna be able to run it are like the 40 or 50 people who have been lurking on my channel. I didn't know you streamed on Kick. Yeah, join the party, bro. Please. I'm doing some very interesting stuff right now with my multi-streaming adventures. I'm trying to do things to unify the platforms, divide and unify. So like I've got my own bot. I've had my own bot for years. It's my own thing, my Haunted Graffiti bot. I use a little stream elements, you know, here and there, but for very few things, mostly the payment gateway that they offer. But you know, recently we've got some new custom C# code to have some methods for accessing the Kick API. So that means that I can do all the stuff that I do on Twitch, I can do it on Kick now. So I've been having a lot of fun with getting all that shit working, you know. I think the next one we're gonna add barrel rolls back. We're gonna bring those back. That's gonna be the next one. We're gonna bring back the barrel roll. I got two things to do. I'm gonna add some overlay stuff to whoa.
Hey Ray, Brian here.
Hey Brian.
These enhancements demonstrate a strong work ethic and attention to detail.
Thank you.
It's clear that significant thought and effort goes into these changes.
Thank you. I'm very proud of them. I appreciate it, man. Really, thank you. I'm trying my best. I love having the opportunity to make new things. That's what I've always done with Twitch, but like after a while I kind of stagnated, fell into my groove of like the things that I had already. But I've already been thinking for a long time, man, I need to do new things. I need to make new things. But I just don't have the inspiration of like what it is I could make. You know, I have the know-how, I just need to have the inspiration. But then once the Kick API opened up, I was like, oh fuck, now we can do more. Now we can really do some more here. I suddenly got a lot of ideas, you know? And the first was just like making, the goal is to make a one-to-one experience for Twitch and Kick, right? So that means that like, whether you're watching on Twitch or watching on Kick, you have the same features, all right? You know, channel point redeems that affect my overlay, all the same chat commands. You know, I want their tips to pop off sound alerts and stuff, and I also want to have their tips to contribute to the same tip goal. You know, everyone needs to be included. All those little things that don't work like that just creates a feeling of separation if whatever other platform doesn't get the same features. And I know that. I noticed it the last time that I streamed. I saw, like, when I multi-streamed, people on Kick were generally disappointed because all the features and fun shit were over on Twitch, and all they could do on Kick was just watch, you know? And that wasn't even, like, they weren't even an overlay. They couldn't even see their own chats. So it was just like, this is a mess. We need to fix this shit, you know? I can't do this unless we really unify the experience, like equalize the experience, really. So here we are. That's been a fun puzzle to solve, and now like with that and the success of solving the puzzle, the feeling that you get from succeeding in something, I have the drive to do more. So that's where the new channel point redeem for running ads on Twitch through Kick, like that's where that came from. You know, it's like the inspiration because I'm actually doing things, the gears are turning, I'm clicking through my bot and adding things, and like, oh, maybe I could do this too. Like have an idea, write it down for later, and stuff like that kind of shit. You know, it works so well. It just starts a pattern. You know, it kicks off a pattern, and I hope I come up with more ideas. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But right now, we're in a pretty good way. Definitely, we're gonna start adding back some of my old channel point redeems that I had on Twitch and I got rid of at one point. Because I said, like, man, we need to focus just on the content. And we've done that. And I've gleaned what I can out of just being, like, hard focused on just content. Like, slaps and photos don't really interrupt anything. So we need to do some more with it now. We're gonna add some stuff back into it. I'm gonna start easing back into how I had it before. But with a new kind of, a new way of doing it. Using LLM to come up with these ideas? Hell no. No, I'm just the ads idea came up while we were on stream having a conversation like this for years. We came up with it on stream, you know, because I was just like, I actually had the eureka moment, like, yo, I have Kick and Twitch authenticated in StreamerBot, and they both have the API. Like, I can make one affect the other easily. And then so the first thing I thought of was like, oh my god, the ads are part of the Twitch API. You can run ads, you can check pre-roll status, etc., etc. You can do all that shit on Twitch through their API. Yeah. I think I can get the cooldown as well, so I can actually make it so that we can do a logic check. Like if you run the command, it'll say like, try again in 15 minutes or some shit like that, you know? Unification of Twitch and Kick the North and South Radio. That's right. I was watching a Vietnam documentary last night. Which of course involves conflict in Korea. That's funny. Oh man. Hey, Party Chicken, what's up? Can I go run your stream on your own platform? Nah. Well, I mean, what I've always wanted to do is give you the feeling that when you watch my stream, you're watching something different than what you watch on Twitch, and now like different from what you watch on Kick in a new way. You know, the level of interactivity is a bit different than what most people enjoy on other streams. The automation and stuff like that, you know. The streaming platform itself is not easy. No, it's very expensive. There's no way I can afford it with 17 Kick viewers, man. I'm sorry. You guys are gonna have to. You guys got to start showing up, man. That's. No, but I mean, I would love to help and contribute to any streaming platform that wants my ideas. I did a lot of meetings with Twitch in my first 2 years as a streamer, but then when the whole regime change happened over there, those meetings stopped happening. And because you okay, I get it. Oh. I think you're spending 2 minutes of Ashy Twitch. So there was like some meetings like this. The year I went to San Diego TwitchCon. I went to TwitchCon San Diego, and like soon after I bought the ticket, whoa, goddamn, I got invited by email to a meeting with Dan Clancy and, you know, all the other, like a handful of other IRL streamers and also like some like cooking streamers and stuff in like one big giant meeting, and then sat down with Dan Clancy and a couple other staff members of Twitch to ask about the future of IRL and how they can better serve it and stuff like that, and yada yada yada. And you know, they invited us to this meeting months prior, so I had a notebook full of notes and all kinds of shit, you know. And none of it got read. It was a waste of time. So everything that was talked about in that meeting, aside from the 7:30 split that Jason Luke brought up, pretty much everything else is just never been addressed ever. You know, a lot of it, like, some of the things we never did is like category enforcement. Category enforcement was a thing. like for example, like Twitch has its own IRL category, but no one really streams in it. Everyone's saying just chatting. If Twitch would enforce category like Kick does, then there would be a better chance of more people going to the IRL category. You know, I don't understand why Twitch takes so much of are their costs really that high. The short answer is yes. The short answer is yes. It is expensive. It is that high. But it's yes with a but. There are reasons why the costs are increasing and the revenue is decreasing, and instead of remedying those reasons, what they're doing is increasing costs and increasing frequency and style of advertisements. They're basically like saying like, okay, instead of like trying to alleviate the hemorrhage, they're banking on the fact that while they are hemorrhaging the old school viewers of Twitch, the new school is coming in, and that is true, but the new school is coming and watching all of 5 or 6 streamers. The Orbs and then Kai and Speed, like that's about it, you know, like that. But like, so the new normal of Twitch is serving, it's existing to serve Hassan and Asmon and, you know, the OTK streamers, etc., shit like this. And the smaller streamers are costing Twitch money. I mean, it's kind of what they need to do instead. I mean, what their idea is, anyways. And like, okay, well then this is the new normal. We're going to start having these new viewers come in, and we're going to start serving to those guys. And instead of hearing the prayers of the viewers of Twitch who are complaining about the increased ads, it's becoming difficult to watch all of those shit, you know, leaving the platform. Instead of hearing those cries, hearing the cries from streamers also saying like this is getting too much. They're like, even like when XQC moved over to Kick and got that contract, Dan Clancy got interviewed and he asked him what he thinks about XQC, one of the biggest streamers at the time. He's the biggest on the platform, leaving for Kick for some massive deal, and he's like, we wish them well. There will be new streamers. Someone else is going to fill that void that XQC left behind. See you later, alligator, is basically what he said. He just said, I don't really give a fuck. That's like was the interview. And that says it all, man. Like that should have been the tea leaves that I read. Honestly, I saw it. I was like, wow, that's wild. But I still kept with Twitch. Probably shouldn't have. It's okay. It's okay. You live and learn. You know, everyone has their own path. And I'm pretty stubborn when it comes to this kind of stuff. You know, and a lot of the reason why I didn't move to Kick was about loyalty to my viewers. The most of which said like, some of them said like, I'll watch you no matter where you are. Another one said like, I'm only gonna watch Twitch. I don't use Kick. But I never got the survey from the people who left the platform and started watching on Kick. There's a lot of them. Yeah. There's a big Amazon normal. Yes, that's true. Yeah, no, so, Gene, let me explain this, by the way, because I've had friends who work at Amazon, and not just Twitch Amazon, but I mean, like, actual Amazon, like the AWS side of things, etc. And I've had the pleasure of talking with these people about how the internal environment is at Amazon, and basically, Amazon, the bookstore, Amazon, the massive store, Amazon, the shipping logistics company, Amazon web services, Amazon Twitch, all of these different facets of Amazon are all separate entities and separate corporations, even viewed internally. In fact, they are in competition with each other. They do not help each other. When AWS is having issues internally, Amazon, the store, corporate is like, did you hear about what happened over at AWS? Like that's what goes on over there. It's an internal competition, and one hand does not wash the other over there. So they need to be sufficient on their own in order to survive as a thing. It's very cutthroat. It's made by Bezos, man. You can only imagine the ethics of it, you know. And that's being applied to Twitch as well. So in Twitch's defense, that is part of the reason why they're being so cutthroat as well. They're doing exactly what Amazon tells them to do. You know, there's Amazon executives that are involved with the decisions being made at Twitch, and Mike Minton and Dan Clancy are those intermediaries between Amazon and Twitch that are there for those decisions. That's it, for sure. Everything at Amazon is quite compartmentalized. Nothing is done for free between their services. You know. it's a weird thing. So Twitch needs to pull its weight, etc., just like every other part of Amazon. And, you know, that means they're in trouble. However, the solution seems to be that they're just pushing it all off on the streamer and the viewer. They're taking more from the viewer, from the streamer. They're asking more from the viewer. They're feeding more ads than ever. And yes, we're in control of the ad control panel, but they force us to run more ads if you want to get a fair cut of the ads. And they're not even transparent with how much you make from ads. Only if you just like take a look at what you make retroactively from your dashboard after the fact. You don't know. They don't tell you like, oh, it's about this much per viewer per hour if you run this many ads, you know. There's no scale on that. They don't tell you this information whatsoever, okay? So you just have to find out on your dashboard. And now that number can fluctuate because this month or that month, Hassan might interview a terrorist, and then now nobody's watching the platform, and advertisers are pulling out because they're like, hey, what the fuck is this shit? So they pause their ad scheduling, and then now you have less ads running. And when you get those repeat ads over and over again, I guarantee you, I don't get paid for every one of them. They're just filling up space, you know? And there was points in time where I had viewers that were complaining that they were just getting an ad break in progress screen and no ads, which is fucking scummy as hell. If you don't have ads to serve to my viewers, don't serve a fucking blank screen to them. This is insane. That is insane. All that does is, first of all, earns me no money. It keeps my viewer out of the conversation, and it just bullies them into subbing when there's not even any reason for them to sub because they don't have ads to get served anyway. That's not their fucking fault. That's so messed up. Like that, for me, was one of the scummiest things I've ever discovered on Twitch. Really scummy. That is crazy. That is fucking crazy, man. That one pissed me off. Yeah. It would cost me too much to host my own stream, I guarantee you that. Yeah. It would cost me too much. Hi, Mario. What's up? You thought it would be thousands? Oh, I think it would. I broke this down for the viewers a while ago. I have AWS certifications for my previous jobs. And the way that Amazon Web Services, the video service pricing goes, the video on demand pricing, it is per eyeballs, per set of eyeballs, per country, per minute. So watching in Germany might cost like a cent per minute for one viewer. But if you have 100 viewers, that's $1 a minute. That's $60 an hour, and that's just if you have 60 German viewers, or you know what I mean, or 100 German viewers, right? Whatever. But the same person watching in Korea would be like 60 cents a minute, or something like that. So depending on where you are, and depending on the servers, and where the servers are running, and the regulations of that country, and the cost of serving data to that viewer in that country, the cost is extremely variable. It depends on your viewership and where they come from. And that's often very imbalanced because a lot of these Southeast Asian countries, the cost to view is higher than it is to view in the West. And their sub pricing is variable. So that means that, like, for example, a sub in Thailand is like 90 cents or something, US dollars. But the costs for serving my video is much higher than whatever a sub can provide from one user, you know? Like even the individual viewer, like the one viewer doesn't cover the cost of the stream for their own sub. If I have one viewer, it doesn't work. So it's all variable pricing. Yeah, see, Thailand is 8 cents per gig and versus 1 cent or 2 cents in the US. See? What the fuck? Yeah? It's a lot more expensive. It adds up. 8 cents, 2 cents, you don't think about it much when you think about it as an individual item, but when it adds up, when you stream 12 hours a day, when you stream $300 a month, $400 a month or something like that, that really stacks up. The streaming EC2 pricing, they have Amazon Video on demand. They have Amazon Video as a special service. EC2 is involved in it, but they have like actual direct video processing service over there too. Just hosted in the USA, latency can't be that bad. That's not how it works, man. The latency will be that bad, by the way. If you want, I can switch right now my Bellicog server to the United States, and you can see that you will get like a fucking 10-second delay added. when I stream from here, and I set my, if I keep my Bella Cloud stuff on the Netherlands, where I normally had it before, yeah, it's like a fucking 6 or 7 second delay from my camera to Bella Cloud. Normally it's like 2 or 3. You know? It significantly increases the delay. And that's just if I'm talking about my ingest. It's the same concept if you were to do it with the streaming server and where people are viewing it from. Anyway, man, I can't do that shit anyway unless you pay for it. It's not going to work on KPP with 17 viewers, man, that's for sure. I'm just going to let other streaming services do it for me. I'm just going to be online, and I'm going to innovate so my channel feels unique within these platforms. And I won't add another platform unless I can do all of these things. You know? I'm looking at you, X. I'm looking at you, YouTube. You know? Unify that shit, and then, you know, make it equal. Bring channel points, bring API connections, make it so chat can be accessed and put into overlays and stuff like that, unique, like reliably. Because there's these like, you get like access limits on YouTube, for example. Like you can only access the YouTube API so many times before it just stops. So that means if you have a busy chat, eventually it's just gonna stop working. It's kind of ridiculous. So there's some platforms out there, like from what I understand StreamBuddy is doing, is that they're like authenticating with multiple developer APIs for YouTube, so that like if your API access runs out, it switches over to a failsafe one that has more API access amounts. It's stupid. And that's just because of the limitations of YouTube. And I believe there are some limitations on Kick's API, but my stream is not nearly busy enough for it to cause an issue. I think that if it's limited, it stops for like a couple minutes. That's all. YouTube's like 24 hours, so Kick seems to just have a simple cooldown of a few minutes. I'm much happier with just doing it this way, dude. Also, if I make my own streaming platform just to stream my own thing, just nobody's gonna watch it, man. I have to take the benefit of having an environment like this that has other people that are watching shit on other stuff. Like if that were actually viable, no one would upload their shit on YouTube. Everyone would just make like, you know, MrBeast.com and put their videos there. You know, even the #1 creator in the world just puts his shit on other platforms. The days of doing that kind of shit are over. You should have thought of that fucking 20 years ago, you know? That's the only way to do that, man. Being able to go live is so fucking convenient, and send notifications to people's phones through Instagram, through Discord, through Twitch, Kick, whatever, man. YouTube. If I were to make Redempto.com to stream from and shit like that, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, I guess you can say. I'm just hypothetically. Like, it's also a matter of creating a website that you have to promote on the whole internet and get people to watch. Like, it's not going to work. And it's also going to cost a shitload of money that people aren't paying. So I'll just stream on Twitch and Kick for now. You know, it'll be fine. It's served me well for these past years. Thanks for the discussion. My pleasure. My pleasure. 250 to 300 milliseconds in the whole story. Yeah. 10 seconds outside. Yeah, there's a lot to do with it. Yeah, there's more than one. There's even more than one connection. Like, you know, if my stream apps, like my camera apps, you guys get clips. That's because we're streaming twice to make this happen. You know, I'm streaming from this phone and a couple of from this camera and a couple of routers and stuff like that. Bella Cloud, ingest, and then from OBS on a server, we're streaming to Twitch. More effort and time, maybe more tedious. Yeah, but then you're doing a full-on web development job. Believe me, I know the scope of that kind of project. The stuff that I used to do before I was streaming was quite literally. What is this guy doing laying on the ground? Was quite literally working with OBS, Python, Django, 3D cameras, 360-degree cameras, all that kind of shit. I'm fully aware of the scope of these projects, even on small-scale stuff. It's fucking huge, man. You can't just toss it together. How much you pay-ish per month for your current setup? My setup doesn't have a monthly cost. What do you mean? Like, you mean like electricity bill? My SIM cards? SIM cards are cheap in Thailand. Bella Cloud costs me like $100 a year. $100
Oh, you're tall?
Yeah.
Nice to be tall. You're short. You're too old for that.
Yeah, this stuff we don't really mess with. Watches are tough sells unless they're like
I think that's
Rolex, you know,
Oh, yeah.
something like that.
No, he's got something like that.
Okay.
No.
Thank you, Paul. What was your name? What did he want for him?
Thank you.
Yeah. I got this. You can learn it. Yeah, this is 1 gram. I mean, there's not even that much gold in it. Not that much. It's not that much.
With the ring and the bracelet. You get your ring?
It just all goes off weight and appearance. So it's just a little rose and this is 150. That's 150.
And just the chain or
Anyway, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Take it to like a jewelry shop, you can sign it, and then they'll like take a percentage when they sell it. And then
But if I don't get something real, why not? Let's do it. Yay, we're excited. I don't have to go nowhere. I like it. Okay.
you got numbers in mind you want for some of this? Or you tell me how you price it up and I guess what you're using for spot. I thought, like I said, on the gold coins, usually it's around that. 33, 495. Normally on a bigger amount, we would charge 4,000. These up on big items, okay, we're going to be out of the spot. So I looked up right the price of what they are right now, $100 at 530. So that's the best we're going to be, or we'll have them, we'll look if that's good with you, if it's not good, I mean, that's best case. So if you look on the HEC, we sell for this battery, the mill value, 3182, 534 the 33.4 grams, they're just shy of their ounce. You're right, 1.96, 496. And how you price it with that? I do them at 80%. So they, yeah, what you're gonna have your own, and what would you think the old was? I think it would be like 10%. I think we talked about it. That was good. On 4. Okay. On 4. On 4 units, but not on jewelry. Jewelry, there's just no way. They only give me 98, but then, like, I could scan that and show you neither one's 14, neither one's 17, you lose a little bit and melt. Like I said, man, feel free to hold. Yeah, you know, don't feel pressure to sell anything, man. Whenever you want to keep it all, I'm fine. I mean, it was every day. If that moves at all,
Come on, go.
That's a beat, dude. Where have you been in Thailand for a few years? Who told you that? Where'd you read that? Could I also have one camel blue and a cappuccino? Big, no sugar, please. Thank you. 4chan? Really? I'm on 4chan? That website's still up? I thought it got hacked. The hacker called 4chan told you I've been here for a few years. Well, I moved here like 3 months ago. I've visited a couple times in the past few years, but yes, card please. Yes, please. Yeah, I've only been here. This is my 4th month that we're here. Your bad. Why? Send link, man. I want to see a link of me being someone saying that I've been here for 3 years, a few years. I sort of Cookie's been here a few years. I lived in Europe for 16 years, almost 15 and a half, and then I moved here a few months ago. I'll let 4chan know they're all, yeah. Thank you. .gov. How's life in Thailand compared to Europe? I think that I'm looking to move to a nicer place too. Oh, well, I mean, I've only been here for a few months, but I have visited many times. Things are definitely different, a bit more structured, but also the way that they're structured, they're not structured. I don't know, it's weird. Living is definitely less expensive than in the Netherlands or in Europe. I can only really speak for the Netherlands, and from there I can only really speak about Amsterdam or Zandam. It's definitely cheaper living. Everything's available like 24/7 here. It's kind of crazy. Nice to get used to. It's more like going back to how it used to be in the States when I lived there. Everything, not everything, but a lot of things are 24 hours there. You know, it's nice. I mean, it's a different culture entirely. It's kind of hard to compare the two. They're very different in so many different ways. But I think they have a very compelling history as well, not just in Thailand, but Southeast Asia in general. You know, in school, I learned a lot about American history, you know, American Revolution, our involvement in the World War, etc. But moving to Europe got me to see, you know, the European experience and thank you, and empathize with the European plight, Second World War, Cold War, etc. Learn a lot about their history and empathize with their situation. And then now I have the opportunity to live in Asia and learn a bit about history and learn about the not so lovely and nice and admirable parts of Europe, because some of the most devastatingly violent history that I've seen documented so far, like in history, talk about in the 1700s, etc., 1800s into the 1900s, with what Europe had done in Southeast Asia. The French are fucking monsters, man. God damn, dude. God damn. God damn. Is tap water drinkable here in Bangkok? It is in my building. I drank tap water multiple times, made coffee with it and stuff. Totally fine. It doesn't even taste bad either. It tastes nice, it's soft. It doesn't taste chemical. But I'm in a slightly newer part of town. Most countries have mad violent histories. Well, the thing about, like, 19th century Europe is their whole thing was about exploration and expanding their kingdoms and stuff like that. And guys like the French and the English and the Dutch were dipping their wicks in Southeast Asia for a long, long time. Like, France controlled the area of Vietnam and Laos and Malaysia for like 100 years. When I went to Laos and I saw all the French buildings and French street names and stuff like that, I hadn't really looked super deep into the full story of like the Vietnam War and Korean War, even though I have an uncle who was in it. But since I've been here, I looked into it more. And it's brutal, man. I mean, the Vietnamese, Malaysians were essentially slaves. Indentured servants. You know, if you're going back to the 50s, even in the 50s, late 40s, early 50s, they still had people in stocks and stuff in the trade where they're trying to sell people, there's a good worker for your farm, etc., or someone who would live on your plantation or some shit. Bro. Fucking crazy shit, man. Crazy story. Crazy piece of history. Very dark. I can't say I'm a huge fan of it, you know? Don't read about Laos or Cambodia if he wants to draw. Well, I'm currently rewatching I don't know if you guys have seen the Vietnam War documentary from Cameron's, all that PBS shit. But I put it on yesterday while I was working. It's just like fucking quiet stuff to have on. It's educational, but also just like decent for background, you know? When I don't feel like watching Simpsons or King of the Hill, you could just stream it for free on archive.org. It's recommended watching, I'd say that for sure. Also, communism is scary, guys. Did you know? And because it just fuck those countries hard, yeah. Shit ton of that. Mine's like, yeah. That's very true. That's very true. Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, I imagine Malaysia too, I don't know. Communism is scary as fuck, It always starts off so uplifting and exciting, like the whole Ho Chi Minh story, you know? So it starts off like, wow. And it is what they needed. They needed the French out, that's for sure. I mean, I don't know how much I can really say about this, or how much of an opinion I want to divulge on it, because I would like to visit Vietnam someday, so I don't want to talk too much shit. Just show up and they put me in a fucking tiger cage immediately, like, oh, you're that fucking streamer. He's talking shit about Ho Chi Minh. Did that shit. Oh my god, chat app just crashed right afterwards too. Whew. Good gravy. It was on the table, yeah. Whew. It was a close call. Photo finish. I don't know why I didn't throw this outside. There's a trash can right next to me out there. I'm out of here for a bit. Enjoy the stream. Thank you, Assorted Cookies. See you later. Some good coffee. Where should we go? What should we do? Let's get out of here, man. Let's head somewhere. Any requests? Any requestesses? It's been a while since we've been at Dutch House, but they open at 2 o'clock, you know? But we can mosey on foot. We can mosey on foot and get there, you know, baby, we can take us. Oh, man, oh, man. By the way, I'd like to make a formal request to anyone watching who is planning on tipping for sound alerts, like Copper Coast, which you did. If you're watching on Kick, can you please just use the Kick platform Stream Elements tip page? The reason being, it doesn't make a difference financially. It's the same. Okay, if you're using PayPal, go ahead and use the Kick one if you're watching Kick. If you need to use SEPay, you have no choice but to use the Twitch one. But the reason being is because yesterday I built up the entire sound alert bank, the whole thing. I built it fresh, and it needs to be tested. So if you're able to, and you're going to make alerts anyway, you're already on Kick, try and use the Kick link for the tips, so we can test that the alerts are correct. Roy. Oops, damn. I beat the shit out of that glass. I have to piss. Let me take a wee. I've been drinking a lot of water today. Like I started this morning, I was super thirsty when I woke up for some reason. I was like, oh! And so I just like chugged half a bottle of water. Now I'm peeing like crazy. That was like my third coffee of the day. Here we go. Okay. 111 didn't work? That wasn't right? What do you mean? What was it supposed to be? Let me try again. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Let me fix that real quick. Real quick. I should probably get this going on my phone to be easier, but like when I'm on the go. Really quick, let me fix that one. Taylor's on. Come on. There we go. Just had to connect a little bit here. Let's see. Oh wait, I don't even need to connect to this to do this. What am I doing? Here. Show on this dashboard. This would be 111 again. Is this kick? Twitch. Let's twitch. Roll the kick. Won't be a moment, guys. Sorry. Streaming tools always. Edit. One 10 is haha. 11. Yeah, it still says Simpsons haha. Alright, let's see. Did I upload that or no? Let's see. I might have misclicked. Let's see. Oh no, we skipped it. Okay, let's upload it fresh. Upload. Excuse me. Back to the first page. Submit. Save variation. And the record is correct. Wow, it's fucking wild that you happen to just land directly on one of the misnamed ones.
Is it all by yourself, handsome?
There we go. There we go. Cool. Done. So to the Simpsons character? It's a hard question. Milhouse gets a lot of the best fucking gags. The whole thing, How in the Family is pretty funny. I don't know. Grandpa Simpson. Grandpa's pretty funny. Like, who's got some of the funniest episodes, you know, besides the Simpsons family, right? Like the dynamic of the schools, it was really funny. Principal Skinner and all the shit that happens at the school is pretty funny. Just the dynamic between Skinner and all the jaded teachers that are like, like smoking in class, like swearing at homework, all that kind of shit. Yeah, before we get out of here, let me just spray my plants real quick. Hold up. I need to kill a little time anyway. These plants love being sprayed, man. They literally grow and reach up whenever you spray them. Every time. Pretty amazing. They love the humidity and moisture. That's for sure. Spray the plants by coughing, yeah. I had a little baby one coming up here on the corner, and it's so cute. I'll show you. 1 second. Check him out. Check out the little guy. He's a little baby one. He's growing fast too. It started off like this. I noticed it like a week ago. It's very sturdy. It's doing very well. It's a baby one. I got a baby one for free. There's spider webs in here. Thank you for eating the bug on. Cool, huh? Cool baby. He's sitting there in the shade right now, not because I want him in the shade, but because I'm kind of rotating the plant. The snake plant leans and spreads and fans out and shit like that. And if you wanted to not do that too much, you have to kind of spin it around a bit here and there. Pretty great. I love my little mini garden that I'm building here. We're gonna get more plants, but I'm spending time with just the 5 or 6 plants I have now and letting them grow and get used to my apartment and stuff like that. And then maybe we'll add 1 or 2 more as needed. And I gotta find some plants that really enjoy being in the dark. That's really a necessity because I only have so much window space. Yeah, and I don't get a lot of direct sunlight. And that's a good thing in a hot country like this. But it does mean that I have to like I have to find plants that don't care about light so much. All my plants are okay with direct or indirect. Like that plant would love direct sunlight. They're chill on that. They're good with that. Same with these ones. The vine-looking plants that I have, those are the same ones that are in the smoking area of my buildings. Same shit. I should have just clipped them from my smoking area. A little bit cheaper.
I said it both ways, and you said yes.
You can support that nice little garden place. Alright, I think that's enough cigarettes for me. Let's gather up some shit. Yeah.
Alright guys, we just opened up a roll, and look what we have right here. We got some gold ribbons in there. I have a sneaky suspicion I know what it is. So we're going to open this up and see what we got.
Alright.
It's a very thick thing. Look how thick that is. Alright.
I will put some meat in this jar.
Alright. Alright, we got an eagle on the back with the words Estados Unidos Mexicanos. And this is going to be Mexican 1,000.
This is nice food. Thank you. Yeah, it's lovely, huh?
1988.
A lot of light in my kitchen. I love this room.
And I think that mark there, I think that stands for Mexico food. Alright, pretty awesome find. No, really, come on. You can't do that. Why would you do that?
And I'm out of paper, so I have to get new ones of those somewhere. Yeah. Fried chicken.
Our ship was currently sailing through the Atlantic when the crew on duty spotted an orange distress signal out at sea. Looking through the binoculars, we saw two men in a small boat waiting to be rescued.
Let's fuck off.
In situations like this,
Let's frick off.
every vessel has a duty to provide assistance.
What do you
So
say?
we slowed down and
Shall we
maneuvered
shake?
to the small boat to the boat from the leaders.
I need to get some snakes as well
Toss
to
them
that.
two ropes to tie their boat alongside ours and keep it from drifting away. Judging by how they look, they seem to be in decent condition and might be able to climb up on their own. This will save us the trouble of deploying a rescue boat. But because their boat was so small, the swells created by our ship were too big, and they had a hard time getting close. After several tries, they finally managed to pull up beneath our pilot. One of them climbed up using the water ladder first, and after a quick chat, he said he wanted to bring some of their gear with him so he helped haul up their luggage. Surprisingly, there were 3 big boxes. Now, they followed protocol and carefully inspected all their belongings. There was nothing suspicious, just some navigational instruments and daily essentials. Once both of them were safely on board, we learned that the two were a father and son who had set out from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, planning to sail across the Atlantic to Cape Town, South Africa. But their sailboat ran into trouble and they were left drifting, waiting for rescue. I was honestly stunned. The distance from Rio to Cape Town is over 3,000 nautical miles. Even our ship, using a 14 knots,
The Yins keep asking for chicken nuts on our actual windows. I think I enjoyed my
Battery-powered pressure washers are perfect for the little stuff like this boat. Battery-powered pressure washers are perfect for the little stuff like this boat.
But you should get a regular haircut. That is my suggestion. Just get a regular haircut, like a regular guy. Don't give yourself a mullet willingly. What the fuck is wrong with you? You think you are Billy Ray Cyrus? I blame the Australians for repopularizing the mullet. I place it squarely on their shoulders. You know? I'm not saying my hair is looking great right now, but I just don't care. I haven't cultivated this look. This is just laziness. You still care about your hair? Oh, okay. Change. The thing is, like, I don't care about it until I do, because then I start to feel like a piece of shit. Right? Huh? Oh, good, thank you. I'm just trying to get rid of later. No thanks. I don't want to use your meth later, sir. Also, new topic. I've started I've installed the iOS 26 beta on my phone, and the watchOS 26 on my watch, and the tvOS 26 on my Apple TV, and also macOS 26 Tahoe on my MacBook. And it's awesome. I love it. Man, I was sitting there watching everybody bitch about glass and stuff on Twitter, like the new liquid glass interface and shit like that. Like, it's broken, they ruined it. Like, everyone every year forgets that it's a developer beta and they shouldn't be installing it on their phone if they're using it just to fucking clickbait tweets. Every complaint that people had about iOS 18 when it first came out was fixed by the time it had the main release in September last year. Just the way that it goes every year. But everyone has a fucking aneurysm every year. Like, they install the developer beta and get mad when their battery runs hotter. Like, okay, which one do you want? Do you want to enable leading edge experimental features that still need coders to work on them? And then depending on your input to report bugs, or do you want to have a smooth experience? You can't have both. Using Twitter for years, so useless. Oh, I've been using Twitter for like 14 years, and I love it. I'll never delete that app. It's my favorite social media. It's people actually talking. And the whole point of it is talking. And it's not an echo chamber either. The thing is, if your Twitter feed, if your X feed is not satisfactory to you, you gotta do something about it, man. Start telling it what you don't like. When you see some shit that annoys you, hit not interested. And then you do it. Add fucking terms. So you don't have to hear about crap that you don't want to hear about. Dude, my shit's full of interesting shit. History facts, video game updates for only my games that I like playing, and interesting discourse involving them. Fucking tech news. Mine is literally, it's totally awesome. There. This is Redempto Video Games and Dogs. Not bad. Like, honestly, you have to tell it what you want a little bit. You have to tell it a little bit, and then it'll become awesome, man. I promise you. Give it a shot. When you're scrolling and you see some like Katy Perry news or something, hit the little 3 dot next to it and hit not interested. And you can either hit show less from this viewer or this post is not relevant, and it'll just never show you shit about Katy Perry again until you, for some reason, search for it or interact with a post that might be Katy Perry adjacent. Give it a shot. It like literally listens exactly what you want. And there's also block terms, and you can even block Elon if you wanted. You can block Elon Musk as a term in your settings, and you'll never get posts from him or anything even mentioning him. If you don't want any political news, just fucking not only using the 3 dot menu to say not interested, you can also just block specific names of political figures that you don't want to hear about. God, I'm so sick of hearing about Zelensky. Just add that to your fucking list. Done. No more Zelensky shit. Easy. I do it all the time. I also mute people. I don't block them because it's like, there's no need to block people. That's like if someone is being malicious towards you or something. But like, as a streamer, I follow other streamers. But the thing is, the algorithm on any of these platforms, they don't know the difference between types of streamer. They just say streamer. So if you follow streamers, then you just get fed whatever fucking streamer shit ever. Whatever's trending, you just get fed it. And that's where muting comes in, because like you'll start to get like, I get e-girls in my feed all the time. It's like the girls that are like, oh, I'm streaming on Twitch, also here's my tits, you know what I mean? Here's my sad little hungry tits, blah blah blah, you know, here's my link tree, all that, like those kind of girls. I have no interest in it whatsoever. I don't really follow that shit. There's one or two that I follow because I know them in real life, like Milky Pop. She's cool as hell, but she's on that grind, you know? And whatever, man. But because I follow her, I have to mute her. I have to mute like anyone else because of that, you know. She's like the only girl I follow. Yeah. So if you just pay a little attention, like just let X know what you want and don't want in your feed, then it's done. But here's the cool thing about it though, when you say you don't want this, it replaces it with something else, man. Go use it and interact with shit you're actually interested in. You find something you're interested in looking, instead of Googling it, search it on X. And only, not because you just want the information, you'll probably find what you're looking for there, but also it's gonna train your app to know that like you're interested in that kind of shit. And if you start doing that more often, you get a real good feed, and then X is amazing. I doom scroll on X all the fucking time. I have a ton of fucking hilarious memes and shit on mine. It's like fucking nonsense and shit. I like food, horse, dentist. A lot of the stand-up comedians I like are on a lot of jokes there all day and troll politicians and stuff like that. It's fucking amazing. See when Antonio Brown tweeted that he fucked Gavin Newsom's wife like right under his own post? It's fucking hilarious. I will never delete X. I will never delete X. It's like you can see the ratio to it. I fucked your wife. It's so good. That platform is amazing. Yeah. AD86, go follow that handle on X. That's fucking hours of entertainment right there. Just scroll that profile. AD86. Holy fuck. That shit is beyond hilarious. Oh my god.
Jan weer zegt morgen.
Nee, goedemorgen nog.
That did not look appetizing. There's 50 more years I'm racing around and make the food more active. It's funny.
Jan weer zegt, ga je schoenen verkopen in
You
steek.
can send ads to Twitch. Right now.
Met schoenen? Nee
You
man.
can run ads on my Twitch channel by a channel player being new feature. We meta unlocked. Using one streaming platform to serve ads to another. This thing's going to rain? Oh, I think so, yeah.
Jan weer zegt mussenkool.
Musjes, ja. Dat zal wel vet zijn, hè? Dat is de gek. Dat is wel mooi.
Jan weer zegt dat je mijn remote is gezien.
Ja, je bent flink aan het stelen geweest, had ik.
Jan weer zegt ga het helemaal volgooien. Jan weer zegt kijk van lampjes.
Aha. Lol. Grappig.
Good God. Almost empty. Make our way to the hood, sipping this yak. I can't remember if I have to go left or if I have to go right from here. But it'll make sense once I see super bit clearer. I don't remember. I think I gotta go that way. No, I'll go this way. Nice. Alright. Let's grab some snooze. Now, what would be really interesting, it would be a real feat of ingenuity, is if I managed to, I guess I don't really need it anymore though, but the value points, I don't really need it anymore. I'm like, you mean I have to pay 3 baht? Okay. Oh no. How will I carry on? I think we should check out the hash that's over at, well, yeah, I guess Dr. Green, because Dutch House doesn't open for another half hour, so I guess we're gonna have to do that. God damn, I'm sweaty. It's humid out here today. This is currently where we're at right now is the hot point, you know? Or wonder if I can make it there in traffic before the fucking rain starts. Let's see. Let's try. Drivers nearby. 7115 Honda Wave. I think it's my guy right here. No. One of these guys. God, I'm so sweaty. I don't even feel hot when I'm sweaty. That's pretty funny. Air pollution? No, I think that's fine. I have an air purifier in my house, which is pretty nice. No, I'm good. Air quality this time of year is pretty good because it's raining a lot. It rains almost every day. Cleans up the smog a bit, gets the brake dust out of the air, washes the shit off the streets. You know, a weird phenomenon where sometimes there's a long period of drought, and then the temperature drops and it starts raining, the streets will fill with a fucking foam. It's a weird mixture from all the crap on the streets and water turns into a foam. It almost looks like snow. Kind of funny. Races are the bad reputation with that block. We got fucking slapped. I love rain season. I really do. It's awesome. It's my favorite time of the year. For sure. The weather is much better. You know, it doesn't get up to 40 degrees during this time of the year. Pretty nice. Maybe 34 on a sunny day. Fucking rains come in a lot. much as Amsterdam, but I think it might even be a little bit better in some, in a lot of ways better than Amsterdam, but ultimately I prefer Amsterdam. I don't know, I have more to do. If you guys even have like a superior concert hall, which literally fucking slaps, man, so good. The little old center is amazing. Anything else? This would have been so much faster if I took it from all up for it. We went right on. This way is just zigzagging the car for like 3 miles. Quicker than taking a car and route. That's for sure. Taxis are good when they gotta get on the highway or go somewhere longer than 15 minutes, because honestly, if you're going far on a scooter, they get on like some highway like roads and they go really fucking fast, like 80, and it's kind of freaky. With or without a helmet, it's kind of freaky. Either way, pretty weird. It's not nice. I don't enjoy it. I've done those. I've been from my house, actually been all the way to Soy Speaker, like the old Chinatown electronics area and shit. Bro, I fucking kissed the ground when I tried to get into that fucking shit. Oh my god, there's so many, I'm on so many overpasses and shit. Like, oh my god. Oh shit, that's scary. I was like, I should have taken a cab, but god, that's not even bad. If you go over 100 kilometers an hour, there's like white knuckle grip for dear life, like, oh please God, let me survive this. Then I'm bound to crack the mod chip my Switch. It's fucking hilarious. You need to hold this shit in your eyes, yeah. Yeah, I was actually like drying out my contact lenses. I had to like this. Or like get your head real close to this, so like the aerodynamics of the helmet kind of keeps the wind out of your eyes. So, that's because Teslas out here more than I saw them last year or the year before. I almost never saw Teslas. Now I've seen like every day. They're becoming much more commonplace over here. Or I'm just noticing it more. I don't know. But maybe they're dropping these pictures on discount over here. Or they're just really, really rich. I don't know. Do they have a Tesla factory in Asia? In Thailand? Is that allowed? Is that here? Or what? I don't know. They're great, but it's just like resale value on all EVs are junk, you know? You just get them for a year and sell it. It's, yeah. Buying one is like ensuring that you're not really going to get any resale value out of it. You just bought this thing and that's how much you're, like in 1 year it's going to lose half its value. It's fucking crazy, you know? That's pretty crazy. Now if you were to buy something that's like, you know, decent, with a gas engine in it, I don't know. What's another $30, $40, $50, $60,000 car? Some sort of like entry model fucking Ferrari or something. I don't know what cars cost. But in a year, that thing will stay pretty much the same price. Or a BMW or something like that will stay pretty much the same price. I know that much. But an electric vehicle, because of the batteries and what it takes to replace a battery, not like the technician's job, but like what it takes to source and create a battery, stuff like that. Costs a lot. And after a year, even if they're good, batteries can become faulty, which is all right. They have issues with Teslas and extreme cold and extreme heat. Completely losing the cars and stuff like that. Fucking up. So loud. Also, the other day, but then we gotta move on. I gotta stay on. But there's gonna be something that's lost in that transition. For example, value in automotive vehicles. It's a huge deal, man. Usually, like in America, for example, cars are pretty much the norm. Everyone's got a fucking car. But when you get a new car, you trade in your old one, or you sell your old one, and you get some of the money back for it. You know, you take good care of it, and then it retains its value in some way. And if it's a special kind of car, it's like a good enough car, it becomes something more valuable sometimes if it's well taken care of. So that's, you know, as the years go by and there's not many miles on it, it stays well maintained, oh lord. So with electric vehicles, it's not going to happen. I like seeing they'll become more commodified. Yeah, that's true. I certainly hope so. Because right now they're kind of a luxury item. Even though the prices are coming down, they're still pretty expensive. You know? Ooh. Bird City! But yeah, hydrogen too. Ooh. Man. Hi, I'm good, how are you? Ooh. Boy. It's hot today. A little bit warm, a little humid. Gabriel got the shit in here for some reason. Oh, looks like one of our routers hates it in here. Oh, one of our routers disappeared. That's weird. That happened. Will it come back and bigger? Huh. Weird. There we go. Hey, how are you? The loudest flip-flops I've ever heard in my life. If I was really normal one. I need to buy papers today. I have a cigarette for you. No worries. You're welcome. Look, I'll do it. Thank you. Oh yeah. Picasso, Moon, Peter, Stella. Good God. Anything. 35 micron. Wow. That's almost rosin. Hold on. That's perfect. That's incredible. Wow. Okay. Cutting cake, same thing, 40, 45 micron. Oh goodness. Oh my god. Whoa, okay. This one is crazy. This is like, that might be the one, but this next one is 1,000 baht a gram. With this, 700 baht. Just like piatella, this is the piatella. That's the piatella, for sure. Oh my god. This is crazy. I would love to just buy all of it. This is wild. This is wild. But I'm not really trying to pay 25 bucks for a gram. I'm gonna try all three eventually. I think we'll get. It's a hard decision. I'll start with the cheapest one. Or this one, you know what? Yeah, let's take a gram of this one. May I please have 1 gram of this? Thank you. Oh, other way around. Amazing. And our retail. Yo! Taco Ghost, thank you so much, bro. What's that for? I know it's not. It's thank you for the 25 euros towards my school, brother. But he's it's someone I'll take care of. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate you. But man, save for farts and stuff and sound alerts. For the school, bro. 2 grams. For school.
wedding cake has
He said 2 grams of wedding cake hash, please.
เท่าไหร่อัน400ค่ะก็มี2ราคาแบบ20มันมี2เวอร์ติ้งไงอันนี้มันเป็น13อันนี้มันเป็น15
45.
อันนี้ที่บอกที่คุณใช้ได้ลองอ่ะ
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. The smell is nicer. But the best smelling one is the piatella. It smells crazy. You want to know the prices now? 500, 700, and 900 baht. There's this 75 micron is 500, and then the Piers is the 900 baht. There you go. It's honestly, all of it's not that bad. Because you know, over in the Netherlands, for example, a piatella gram of hash is like 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 euros, depending on where you're buying it from. So like 4,000 baht for a gram. 900 here is not bad. And it's like, you know who makes it? It's La Calada. The same guys in Spain, Amsterdam, etc. Anyway. That's a good idea. Thank you. Jeez. Not the Big C song? Not the Big C song? Big C, Big C, Big C. Meow, meow, meow. Big C. Yeah. That is what we just heard, that jingle is a jingle for a cat food company. You hear it like every 2.5 minutes at the Big C. 25% piatella hash is a nice price for this quality. You can beat it is. But for a little more, I got 2 grams of some other stuff, some 45 micron deliciousness. Some wedding cake. Oh, thank you. We got a good recording of the Big C jingle. Thank you. Did you just pop the bottle for me? There you go, down. Royal cyclists. They get to the 420, bro. I'm sorry, they're going crazy with the sound alerts today. Thank you, bro. I missed. Okay. Thank you. Awesome. I'll go roll one upstairs. Can I grab a pack? Can I take this pack? Like, did I qualify for a gift? Yeah, I'm not just trying to steal one or anything, but can I just take this? Because I'm actually out of papers and I have 50s already. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Alright, let's make a nice hash jar. What do you say? I'd like a little hash joint so I can smoke it. What do you say? Dude, there's so many nice little plants here. Oh, the whole plant is good over there. That was nice. The half leaves, beautiful, beautiful plant. It looks like that plant does well in bad sunlight, so we'll maybe get one of those. One of those plants with the holes in the leaves won't stare on, I believe they're called. I'm sure it was. She was the best. She was really great. I adore her. Okay. Ow. No, but this looks fantastic too, man. That's nice. Oh, so terpy. So sweet. Wedding cake, 45 micron, made by a very trustable source, man. This is great hash. This is is excellent, Ash. What the fuck? Yes, yes, bro. Yes. Yes. 2 grams of fire for, what was that? 1,300 baht or something like that. Fucking great. It's like 15 euros a gram. Something like that. This is. Wait, listen to it. Do you hear that? That's quality that you're hearing. Listen, listen. Huh? Huh? Did you hear it? Did you hear the quality? I'm like Kanye West, but for weed, I can like, instead of like seeing music, I can like hear good weed. Ash, so sounds amazing. They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. Do you think that Elon was butthurt that he said Twitter in that song? In the hit of the summer? Why is there a picture on the counter? For printing, I imagine. Yeah. Cafe notes. Is Cable banned for chat? Doesn't matter, man. Everybody does it. Listen, if Twitch causes a problem with it, then I'll just stream on Kick. It's alright. I'll just take double the money for streaming exclusively on Kick. It's, it's Twitch's own fault that Twitch chat is fucking dead, man. What do you want from me? What do you want? To have viewers have a degraded experience. Well, I don't want my community to have a degraded experience, and unfortunately, my community that I've built over the course of almost 5 years is split among multiple platforms because of the decisions made by Twitch. So, indeed, in the interest of providing a good experience to all of my viewers, I'm providing a one-to-one experience on the platforms. Everything works the same. Everything's on the overlay. Not specific to either platform. It's all one-to-one for everybody. If they have an issue with that, then they can fucking kiss my grits, man. I don't care. Honestly. So if you know him, yes, of course I know him. I've known him for years. I'm the one who told him to get on the Kick Partner program. Yeah, I convinced him to move over to Kick. So he came into my chat and he was like, wait, you're on Kick too? I'm like, yeah, man. And I told him about getting fast track to partner program. I was like, man, you need to do the same thing. And he's like, all right, man, I'll think about it. And then like a day later, he comes into my chat. Hey, check out my Kick. He's like, oh, I think. Sweet. at the burger shop? Not yet, anyway. Okay, I got a nice hash brown there. The smell smells like Amsterdam to me, honestly. Yeah. It's incredible. The smell is really reminding me of Amsterdam, like not even joking. That's such a good hash. Already very tasty. Okay. I will go next door and so good to see you again. Bye-bye. Thank you. The closest I had was 9.98. Can I get these fries, please? Okay, no fries, yeah. Okay. With the card, please? Yeah. That's okay. That's $2. Let's hope it works this time. I don't know. 5 hamburgers? Oh. Last time I came here, it just wouldn't work. And looking at my money list all day, like trying it 3 times here, it wouldn't work. Did it work this time? Sick. Like it happens every once in a while. Even at Dr. Green, I'll try and order or pay with my card and it won't work. And then I wait 2 minutes and try again and then it works. It's really weird. Oh, I also have this. I'm going to go upstairs. Can I just leave this or should I keep? Okay. Thank you. Oh. Yes. Thank you. Is this okay? Actually, I can open it myself. Thank you. Thank you. Shit needs an elevator. Sure makes you feel tall, that's for sure.